Day 13 Word of God Proverbs chapter 9 verse 11. For by me thy days shall be multiplied, and the years of thy life shall be increased. The book of Proverbs is a collection of wise sayings primarily attributed to King Solomon. Its purpose is to provide practical wisdom and guidance for living a life that honors God. Proverbs chapter 9, specifically, presents a contrast between two voices. Wisdom, personified as a woman calling people to her feast, and folly, also personified as a woman enticing people to destruction. Proverbs chapter 9 verse 11 comes from Wisdom's call, where she outlines the benefits of choosing her way. In this verse, Wisdom promises the blessings of a longer and more fulfilling life to those who heed her call. For by me thy days shall be multiplied, signifies that choosing the path of wisdom, which involves living according to God's principles and commands, leads to a longer life. By me refers to wisdom herself, indicating that embracing wisdom's teachings brings about positive, life-extending consequences. This phrase suggests that a life lived in alignment with wisdom is marked by safety, health, and well-being, all of which contribute to longevity. And the years of thy life shall be increased, reinforces the promise that wisdom leads to an extended lifespan. This phrase implies not just a longer life, but a life that is enriched, purposeful, and fulfilling. It reflects the idea that following God's ways brings peace, stability, and blessing, which naturally contribute to a longer and more meaningful existence. When Solomon became king, he asked God for wisdom to lead his people. In response, God not only granted him wisdom but also promised him long life if he continued to walk in his ways. 1 Kings chapter 3 verse 14. Solomon's request for wisdom demonstrates the value of wisdom in prolonging life and securing God's favor. In 2 Kings chapter 20, 1-6, King Hezekiah prays to God after being told he would die soon. God grants him 15 more years of life, which can be seen as a result of Hezekiah's earnest appeal to God and his faithful service, reflecting the promise of extended life for those who seek God's wisdom and guidance. In John chapter 10 verse 10, Jesus says, I came that they may have life and have it abundantly. This abundant life is not only about quantity, length of days, but also quality. A life full of purpose, joy, and peace that comes from living according to God's wisdom. In Ephesians chapter 6 verse 2-3, Paul refers to the commandment, honor your father and mother, which is associated with a promise, that it may go well with you and that you may live long in the land. This reflects the biblical principle that obeying God's commands leads to a blessed and prolonged life. For believers today, Proverbs chapter 9 verse 11 is a reminder that living according to God's wisdom brings both temporal and eternal benefits. It encourages us to pursue wisdom, understanding, and righteousness, knowing that these are key to a life that is both long and fulfilling. This verse challenges us to align our lives with God's will, understanding that the decisions we make, whether wise or foolish, have consequences that affect our quality of life. It also invites us to see the connection between spiritual wisdom and practical living. In a world that often glorifies impulsive and reckless behavior, Proverbs chapter 9 verse 11 calls us to value wisdom and the guidance it provides. Ultimately, this verse encourages us to prioritize God's wisdom above all else, recognizing that a life built on wisdom's foundation is one marked by health, safety, peace, and ultimately, a fuller, richer life that honors God. God bless you and give you grace after grace.